Yes, hello, we're live. Um, Quite late to get started, but not so late that we couldn't have a half stream, except I may need to head off early, so this is probably going to be a short stream. See if I can remember how buttons work in this thing as we progress further forward. I have this feeling that
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
Those some very cybernetic eyes. That nation, and oh boy.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down!
4 charges remain. You kinda just skipped whatever that pop-up was about something. One second.
Now it gets fun.
Bees, okay.
Shields missing.
Hey. Whoa! What happened to our boy?
All patched up.
Dead forever. Second again. You lost your boy. It's a full charge left to discover.
Clear.
Oh, Cade's back. I could have a cat that's being a real nuisance. The number continues to grow. Pistol, assault rifle, and light armor for Turian. The Edge has better heat sink, but yeah. Okay, you've got time now. A better pistol. Quite possible. I didn't do enough control there and I lost Caden when I didn't necessarily need to. The game does have rails in place, it's not like falling off cliffs or something like that. Well, I could have progressed through here, couldn't I? Can I like put Caden sabotage on? No, I can't. Only my own abilities go in quick slots. Nail slap.
I think we got him, Commander.
Oh, I was being at level 3 hazard.
Perimeter clear.
I'm a little worried that if I try to wander too far from here in search of loot, that it'll auto-progress the story like it did last time. But also I want to look for loot. I didn't realize, but I should have known that, like, original Mass Effect, you aren't allowed to use weapons that your class isn't specialized in, so, like, if I were playing Sentinel on original Mass Effect, I would be using a pistol and only a pistol. Which is kind of what I'm doing now anyway, but, High caliber barrel, radioactive rounds.
We thought this world was safe until the Geth showed up.
Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. They let you use all your weapons? Okay, I did a little bit of Googling to figure out what the differences were between the difficulties. And I thought I read that, like, you quite literally could not use weapons. You started with a pistol, and that was it. But maybe I read something wrong. This is far too sensitive for my liking. Like, I can't. Okay, no, this is better. Oh, I can just go? Okay. I can just... There's no... That's Mass Effect 2? Oh, okay. I wonder if they'll be true in Mass Effect 2 then. 2 strikers, Kessler Edge. The Edge is slightly less accurate, but way more damage for him, so maybe I'll let him use the Edge. Minus 15% cooldown reduction. So they make enemies have longer cooldowns? Some neat upgrades. For the high caliber barrel. Sometimes in games, minus 15% cooldown reduction means that cooldowns are reduced by 15%. Sometimes, since it, like, apparently, like, it's on the target, I'm guessing that means radiation sickness is the thing that makes you have longer cooldowns. So enemies have abilities that have cooldowns, and they're going to have a longer time before they can use their abilities. That's my takeaway from all that, but unclear if that's true. Okay, so this is clearly the end of the line. Now we know from extra vision that Saren did something to this beacon. What did he do? Probably kicks off the events of all of Mass Effect. I have a vague concept
Normandy,
of
the beacon is
threats.
secure.
This is
Request
amazing.
immediate-
Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
You die too, Caden.
No, don't touch. It's too.
Ah, this is not the chosen one. Because I see the threat from the bacon.
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy. A human alliance vessel. It was under the
I
command
recognize
of
that
Captain
voice easily.
Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Doctor? Dr. Chakwas. I think she's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
How did I end up here? How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. Williams and I had to carry you back here to the ship.
I don't suppose it occurred to you that Eden Prime has medical facilities.
Okay, that was not quite what I...
Listen, you're better off in this infirmary than in any hospital on Eden Prime. Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death, destruction... Nothing's really clear.
So maybe that scientist guy had
I better
a
add
little
this
bit
to
of
my
interaction
report.
with Beacon.
Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our EXO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
Feel bad about
I
Jenkins.
don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
Yeah, it seemed like they would ever force me off of that.
Did we leave Gunnery Chief Williams back on Eden Prime?
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
Hey, yo, Simper. How you
I'll
doing?
stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best. A living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that.
Nice.
You were there just before that beacon self-destructed.
Birthday.
Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I need just a moment, real quick. Oh no. Did the hell out of this back in the day? Is that today or was it 2 days ago, Simper? I just missed it. Either way, happy birthday, because like really, not always you, but you know what I mean. Happy birthday to me. A
I
warning.
saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
Not if I
I'll
can
find
help him.
some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
Nice. Grim's Desert in 4K. That sounds like a really good time.
We prove Saren's gone rogue and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the
Okay,
ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
The game keeps having these pop-ups that are immediate closing. I'm not pressing any keys, and I don't know what's doing that. Is that normal? I feel like that's not what's supposed to be happening. Well, at least twice. Nice. This is my first time. Like it's the title. Somehow I have managed to avoid it. Tell me when you're on PC. Ah, yeah, the PC, and you're gonna load this bad boy up. It was about the Mass Effect generating element 0 cores, because the gravity on the station is generated by the centrifugal force of rotation. Not including the keepers. 13.2 million. I did miss a
The
primary.
Citadel is an ancient deep space station, presumably constructed by the Protheans. Since the Prothean extinction, numerous species have come to call the Citadel home. It serves as the political, cultural, and financial capital of the galactic community. To represent their interests, most species maintain embassies on the Presidium, the Citadel's inner ring. The Citadel Tower in the center of the Presidium holds the Citadel Council Chambers. Council affairs often have far-reaching effects on the rest of the galactic community. 5 arms, known as the Wards, extend from the Presidium. Their inner surfaces have been built into cities, populated by millions of inhabitants from across the galaxy. The Citadel is virtually indestructible. If attacked, the station can close its arms to form a solid, impregnable shell. For as long as the station has existed, an enigmatic race called the Keepers has maintained it.
Still in the prologue. I need to search always for loot. I can't really even argue then anyway, because like, this is how long? I mean, obviously the Legendary Edition is not that old, but the games that comprise the Legendary Edition.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Pretty far back. How old is the Legendary Edition? I say it's not that old. Okay, not that old. Yeah, that's quite old.
Commander, I'm
There we
glad to
go.
see you're okay. Losing Jenkins was hard on the crew, and I'm glad we didn't lose you too.
Things were pretty rough down there.
Yeah, you never get used to seeing dead civilians. It doesn't seem right somehow. But at least you stopped Saren from wiping out the whole colony.
I couldn't have done it without you.
We're Marines. We stick together. And I'm just sorry that we lost Jenkins.
Yeah, I wish I could have done something to save him.
I was there. You did everything right. It was just bad luck.
It's been a hell of a shakedown, Cruz. Our first mission ends with one Spectre killing another. The Citadel Council's not gonna be happy about that. Probably use it to lever more concessions out of the Alliance.
You've got a good grasp of the situation. You a career man?
Yeah, a lot of biotics are. We're not restricted, but we sure don't go undocumented. May as well get a paycheck for it. Besides, my father served. I made him proud when I enlisted. Eventually.
But is that why you're here? Because of your family?
My family were homesteaders on Mindwar. I'm the only one left. But I've moved beyond that.
Oh, that's right, a Kuz. I imagine that bought you any post in the fleet.
Word is we're heading for the Citadel, ma'am. Can you, tell me why?
The captain hopes the ambassador can get an audience with the council. Tell them what Saren's been up to.
Makes sense. They'd probably like to know he's not working for them anymore. Whatever happens, we'll be ready, Commander.
Carry on +2. Ah, we do have an Ashley on board now.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
It's horrifying.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Codex entry. Biotics manipulate mass effect fields using dozens of element zero nodules within their nervous systems that will interact to electric stimuli from the brain. If Tesla biotics synchronize uniform fields large and strong enough to practically use fires can improve a specific discipline or talent. Unnecessarily embedded spaceport, which amps are plugged in. On humans, the implant usually place the base of the spell for reading access, so the user must be careful to keep free of contaminants. That ports in a variety of amps, and there's a growing market for modifications and add-ons. Finest quality implants and amps are manufactured by Sarius Artisans. The Alliance's L3 implants, first deployed in 2170, are a significant step forward.
Biotics is the ability of rare individuals to
That's nice.
manipulate dark energy
Alright.
and create mass effect fields through the use of electrical impulses from the brain. Intense training and surgically implanted amplifiers are necessary for a biotic to produce mass effect fields powerful enough for practical use. The relative strength of biotic abilities varies greatly among species and with each individual. There are 3 branches of biotics. Telekinesis uses mass-lowering fields to levitate or impel objects. Mass-raising kinetic fields are used to block or pin objects. Spatial distortion uses rapidly shifting mass fields to shred objects. Most organic species are capable of developing biotic abilities, though there are risks involved. Biotics are the result of an in utero exposure to element 0. This usually causes fatal cancers in the victim, but in rare cases, it coalesces into nodules within the fetus's developing nervous system.
Yeah, it's a really good thing I'm not a Oh. Wait a minute.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. I appreciate that.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
I shouldn't fit. I keep seeing this.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
My locker. 2 shotguns. And a codex entry. Systems Alliance in 7. Additional code system classifies the career path of all server personnel. MVC consists of 1 letter and 1 number. MVC indicates proficiency, not rank. The letter notes career path. Its level of experience is indicated by recruits. All 26 letters are used, and the numbers are from 1 to 7, and is the letter code of Special Forces. So I am the best Special Forces. Or the worst, one of the two. But I'm guessing that's meant to imply that N7 Shepard is just like the best of the best of the best. Daughters. They wouldn't have me here if I was decidedly the worst.
Go speak to Joker when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
Got an elevator? Yeah, I have to see my options here, don't I? Or is this one of those elevators that goes to one place only? Loading screens. Using a squad member's locker allows you to assign equipment to them. Equipment you purchase from a position officer. See, this one didn't immediately close. Assign equipment to them. Okay, okay. This is my Mass Effect car.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased, but I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Oh boy. Costs 25,000. Currently wearing the Scorpion 1, the Scorpion 4 has, well, a lot better stuff. Heavy armor gets a lot of damage protection shield thing. Unique item grenade upgrade. Oh, those I have to buy, right? That's not an option. Kessler 3 is actually just worse than what I've got. It's neat. These are thankfully not very expensive. A lot of what I have is not very expensive for selling. Maybe they would be if I had more Intimidate.
Biotics is the ability. Omni-tools are handheld devices that combine a computer microframe, sensor analysis pack, and manufacturing fabricator. Versatile and reliable, an Omni-tool can be used to analyze and adjust the functionality of most standard equipment, including weapons and armor, from a distance. The fabrication module can rapidly assemble small three-dimensional objects from common reusable industrial plastics, ceramics, and light alloys. This allows for field repairs and modifications to most standard items, as well as the reuse of salvaged equipment. Omni-tools are standard issue for soldiers and first-in colonists.
He's already got like this that I wanted to give him. So we're gonna have 4 more people for our crew, looks like. I will eventually need to sell stuff, I'm sure. Just for the sake of sanity.
Shame about Jenkins.
I'm just getting codex entries here, okay.
Biotics is the ability of... When subjected to an electrical current, the rare material dubbed Element Zero,
Breaks it
or
down to gel.
EZO, emits a dark energy field that raises or lowers the mass of all objects within it. This mass effect is used in countless ways, from generating artificial gravity to manufacturing high-strength construction materials. It is most prominently used to enable faster-than-light space travel. EZO is generated when solid matter, such as a planet, is affected by the energy of a star going supernova. The material is common in the asteroid debris that orbits neutron stars and pulsars. These are dangerous places to mine, requiring extensive use of robotics, telepresence, and shielding to survive the incredible radiation from the dead star. Only a few major corporations can afford the setup costs required to work these primary sources. Humanity discovered refined Element Zero at the Prothean Research Station on Mars, allowing them to create mass effect fields and develop FTL travel. Element Zero can increase or decrease the mass of a volume of space-time when subjected to an electrical current. With a positive current, mass is increased. With a negative current, mass is decreased. The stronger the current, the greater the magnitude of the dark energy mass effect. In space, low-mass fields allow FTL travel and inexpensive surface-to-orbit transit. High-mass fields create artificial gravity and push space debris away from vessels. In manufacturing, low-mass fields permit the creation of evenly blended alloys, while high-mass compaction creates dense, sturdy construction materials. The military makes extensive use of mobility-enhancing technologies, with Mass Effect utilizing fighting vehicles standard frontline issue in most military forces. Mass Effect fields are also essential in the creation of kinetic barriers or shields to protect against enemy fire.
Like, they put that Mass Effect in everything. It's probably in the cereal for all we know. In my pocket. True. That classic pocket folding. I really want me to go talk to Joker, but must explore and examine everything. The codex entry. Multiple communication is possible thanks to networks expensive mass relay comm buoys that can DC chain transition via lasers. Some buoys are maintained in patterns built outward from each mass relay. The buoys are little more than clusters of primitive miniature mass relays. Each individual buoy is connected to a partner on another buoy in the forming corridor of low mass space. Communication lasers are piped through these tubes of FTL space, allowing virtually instantaneous communication to anywhere along the network. Huh. Now, if they're like constantly doing this, you gotta really map that shit out, right? Not really science. Right through tubes of FTL space, allowing virtually instantaneous communication anywhere on the network. Regions. Only communications delay is the light lag between the source or destination and the closest buoy. As all parts remain within half a light second of buoys, seamless real-time communications are possible. Buoys are maintained in all traveled areas, most enjoy limited instant communication. Shortness of communication lag when operating off established new space routes around uninhabited outer system gas giants and other unsettled areas. During wartime, buoy networks are the first target of attack. Once the network is severed, it can take anywhere from weeks to years to get a message out to a contested system. Systems where a buoy network has not yet been built or has been destroyed, our communication means ferrying information through high-speed courier ships and unmanned data drones. Nav manual. Military jargon. Ashore. The vessel there ashore. Needs to come in tethering into his base. It's away. Launch in order. As soon as possible. Captain's Mast. Non-judicial disciplinary proceedings by unit commanders. Extravehicular activity. Freaking new guys, eh?
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
I was expecting to have an actual dialogue with him.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower, too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side, then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. If they don't stop him, I will.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the C-Sec investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Map. Point of interest. Oh, okay. Vina. Plot. Citadel expose Saren. Presidium for Allied. Council. Where's my vehicle?
The Citadel, the Council, is an executive committee composed of representatives from the Asari Republics, the Turian Hierarchy, and the Solarian Union. Though they have no official power over the independent governments of other species, the Council's decisions carry great weight throughout the galaxy. No single Council race is strong enough to defy the other two, and all have a vested interest in compromise and cooperation. Each of the Council species has general characteristics associated with the various aspects of governing the galaxy. The Asari are typically seen as diplomats and mediators. The Solarians gather intelligence and information. The Turians provide the bulk of the military and peacekeeping forces. Any species granted an embassy on the Citadel is considered an associate member, bound by the accords of the Citadel Conventions. Associate members may bring issues to the attention of the Council, though they have no input on the decision. The Human Systems Alliance became an associate member of the Citadel in 2165.
Break into his computer console? Let's do it. Captain Hendrickson reported some unusual energy readings during patrol of the Argos rogue cluster. She had particular concerns with the Hydra system, but was recalled before our team to investigate further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. Do we want to send in recon team? Covered the Alliance Patrol report. One of the patrols mentioned some strange activity of the Hydra system in there. Oh, I'm not allowed. I'm guessing I'm not allowed to go do that just yet. That's something I could do once I get control of my ship. I guess I become a Spectre from this main story bit.
I understand what you're saying, but these allegations are very serious. This is serious. My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consort in confidence, and her and she betrayed that confidence. All right. I will look into it for you. In the meantime, do not do anything rash. Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
What did this Asari do to get you so upset?
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human.
Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
I mean, I have to ask it.
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact
That probably
with
went
us.
better than our first
With their
contact.
help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups. Though we are always welcoming to outsiders, our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
What an ambassador.
Earth Clan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Din. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus Ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, Earth Clan?
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, Earth Clan.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
Elcor is
My people
pretty
came to
solid
the
so far.
Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, Despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat
Are
on
these
the
the
council.
space capitalists?
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council
Yeah,
has
our
granted
ambassador
you
has his
great
own
favor.
office.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Din. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The Earth Clan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Why aren't the Elcor or Volus part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the Earth Clans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human.
He might not be,
He
we'll
is
see.
incorrect in his assessment.
Not
Really?
entirely, at
How
least.
long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
I don't get to interact with you. I don't get to know your deal.
I can't tell the aliens from the animals.
Actually, that's not a good thing to...
Big
Hmm.
place.
Careful, xenophobe. Oh, yeah. Yep. Vina.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
Vina. Embassy receptionist.
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
What's your name? What do you do here?
My name is Sephiria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
Sephiria.
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Avina.
What's that?
Oh, Avina is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
Level up. Do appreciate that you'll be able to experience everything you discovered. Leveled up by just talking. Students full of open air restaurants, bars, and luxurious eating areas. Ooh. It's about 1/3 of or normal holographics as projected over the ceiling of the ring, unlike the 24/7 bustle of the wards. 20-hour day schedule with a 6-hour night. Where lights are dimmed, the sky goes through a night cycle. Also, residences are often open to the interior. It is not unusual for embassies to have no exterior wall at all. This does not cause a crime problem due to the heavy CSEC presence and ubiquitous monitoring devices in the Presidium. Thieves are quickly identified and apprehended. Uh-oh. That's going to be a problem for me. The ring is the location of the Citadel spaceports. Being close to the center of the spin, there is less motion for a ship to match, and reduced spin gravity makes handling cargo easier. Alright, the center of the ring holds the administration of the Citadel Council. Gravity maintained using massive fields at a 90-degree angle of the ring and wards. Constantly docking. Ah, so that's how they do the gravity in the center. The janitor cleaning up all those things. And once I become a Spectre, I'm just commandeering things, right? As needed for my business.
The Elcor are a Citadel species native to the high-gravity world Dakuna. They are massive creatures, standing on 4 muscular legs for increased stability. Elcor move slowly, an evolved response to an environment where a fall can be lethal. This has colored their psychology, making them deliberate and conservative. Elcor's speech is ponderous and monotone. Among themselves, scent, slight movements, and subvocalized infrasound convey shades of meaning that make a human smile seem as subtle as a fireworks display. Since their subtlety can lead to misunderstandings with other species, the Elcor often go out of their way to clarify when they are being sarcastic, amused, or angry. Dakuna's high gravity impedes mountain formation. Most of the world consists of flat, open plains, which prehistoric Elcor wandered across in small family bands. Modern Elcor still prefer open sky, and can become restless and uncomfortable on long starship journeys. The Volus are a member species of the Citadel with their own embassy, but they are also a client race of the Turians. Centuries ago, they were voluntarily absorbed into the hierarchy, effectively trading their mercantile prowess for Turian military protection. Erun, their homeworld, lies far beyond the normal life zone of its star. However, the world has a high-pressure greenhouse atmosphere that traps enough heat to support an ammonia-based biochemistry. As a result, the Volus must wear pressure suits and breathers when dealing with other species, as conventional nitrogen-oxygen air mixtures are poisonous to them, and in the low-pressure atmospheres tolerable to most species, their flesh will actually split open. Volus culture is tribal, bartering lands and even people to gain status. This culture of exchange inclines them to economic pursuits. It was the Volus who authored the Unified Banking Act, and they continue to monitor and balance the Citadel economy. The Asari were the first species to discover the Citadel. When the Solarians arrived, it was the Asari who proposed the establishment of the Citadel Council to maintain peace throughout the galaxy. Since then, the Asari have served as the mediators and centrists of the Council. An all-female race, the Asari reproduce through a form of parthenogenesis. They can attune their nervous system to that of another individual of any gender and of any species to reproduce. This capability has led to the unseemly and inaccurate rumors about Asari promiscuity. Asari can live for over 1,000 years, passing through 3 stages of life. In the maiden stage, they wander restlessly, seeking new knowledge and experience. When the matron stage begins, they meld with interesting partners to produce their offspring. This ends when they reach the matriarch stage, where they assume the roles of leaders and counselors.
1,000 years. How long are these stages? Individually, I have to wonder. 6 points. That's quite a bit. I kind of want to grab the Intimidate points, even though I'm not necessarily going to actually use them. Just for that better credit gain for selling. Feels like a bit of a waste, but I could grab electronics and grab 3 intimidate. Well, charm decreases the cost of items, and intimidate increases how much I get from selling. Intimidate gives me options for, like, being mean, I'm guessing. And charm, you know, I'm probably not going to be using them, but good to have them, I suppose. Keaton has 2 things he's going to grab. Electronics. I'm on insanity. Yeah, wasting points on something that's not strictly for combat could be bad. Could be very bad. He's going to grab electronics as well. Along with probably a shield capacity increase and a sentinel point. Maybe not the shield capacity. It increases by 30, actually, and I'm just going to grab that. Ashley. She's at 4 points. I like her not dying. Unlock fitness, which just increases health by a bunch. Reduces health damage by 75%, does not reduce damage to shields. What? It's 6 seconds, though, or 45 seconds, so that's kind of crazy. Just become mostly immune to damage. How do your AI handle going into melee? I'm guessing they, in a game like this, they probably wouldn't handle it very well. Give her a point of that and that, and then... Assault. More assault rifle training. Five whole health a second. It's kind of nuts. Oh, yeah, I do the best. I can't imagine they do as well as, like, the player.
Allow me to be your guide. Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be... Greetings and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel Space Station.
Are you real?
So are you a person or a program?
Yes.
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
So she's probably not awakened as an AI, because Geth are a thing and they've kind of banned that, so actual just robot. Probably. We can't really know. Unless the writers explicitly tell you.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Callan, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC. but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel Security serves as law enforcement. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Me too.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first
there's not
non-council
much
species to
actual.
be granted an
There's
embassy
no actual
roughly
like
2,384
parsing of information. It's
galactic
just.
standard years ago. As Citadel space
Well, I
has
mean, there's
expanded,
certain, but
more embassies have been added. The most recently added
operates off
embassy
the
belongs to
scripts.
your own species,
Very
humanity.
big difference.
It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
This is where it's going to be very.
Do you agree with their decision?
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Salarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
Just an
Why were they
embassy?
made a council race?
The Council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets. They often provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to
Didn't want
demand
to
such
report
an
them, just,
enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
Lesser species. Yikes. I feel like the Turians attacking us, and if we report them, wouldn't have been a big deal, because the Turians would just be like, well, they were doing something they shouldn't have been.
That's pretty damn arrogant.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. Please submit all formal complaints in writing to the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
Do you know anything about specters?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except
it
the
wouldn't be good
Council
optics
itself.
for them, probably, but they saw them, like, they saw humanity interacting with an unactivated mass effect thing, right? That's a no-no. You know, without proper protocols, probably.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
This is sort of I
Originally,
understand.
the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Salarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion.
So, yeah, that probably.
Since then, the three council races
that would
have
probably be a
worked
big factor.
together
So
to
the fact
ensure
that
the peaceful
had a military victory.
coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avina. Please enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
With each name. Is that true in Legendary Edition? From what I understand, Legendary Edition does a lot to like bring stuff from the later games to the first game.
Biotics is the ability of rare individual. A virtual intelligence
Okay,
is an
this is
advanced
where-
form of user interface software. VIs use a variety of methods to simulate natural conversation, including an audio interface and an avatar personality to interact with. Although a VI can provide a convincing emulation of sentience, they are not self-aware, nor can they learn or take independent action. VIs are used as operating systems on commercial and home computers. Minimal VI agents are also available. Agents are compact and specialized. Some serve as personal secretaries, filtering calls and scheduling meetings based on user-defined priorities. Others are advanced search engines, propagating themselves across the extranet to collate user-requested data. Commercial VIs in a variety of stock personalities are available at any software retailer. Boutique firms and hobbyists also build unique VIs to personal specification. Although software emulation of living personalities is illegal, reconstructions of famous historical figures are common.
I mean, CSEC Commander, that stuff can be found there. I need to find this consort. That's the point. Across the bridge. Oh, could be talking about this bridge, as it were. When I think of a bridge, I think of like open space, but it can mean more than just that. Tries it silly, seriously. Oh, I look forward to some interesting choices perhaps being available in the future.
Human, delighted, welcome. It is good to meet you.
Good to meet you. New codex entry. Conventions. These events talks occurred in the wake of the Krogan rebellions as a response to the destruction of the conflict and the attempted distance the council from the brutal Krogan warfare. Conventions regulate the use of weapons of mass destruction, causes an alteration to a world. A bomb that produces a large crater is not considered AWMD. A bomb that causes a nuclear winter is. So their determination of weapon of mass destruction is a bit more lax. Use is forbidden on garden worlds like Earth, with ecospheres that can relate support population. If a habitable world is destroyed, it will not be replaced for millions of years. Conventions do forbid these on hostile worlds or in sealed space station environments. Many militaries continue to develop and maintain stockpiles. Conventions graded mass destruction to Tier 1 is the greatest threat to galactic peace. Oh. I see. Tier 1 large kinetic impactor, such as asteroid drops or deorbiting space stations, effectively free and available on any system. The form of debris left over from planetary accretion. And impactors is a weapon of choice with terrorists and third galaxy nations. Third galaxy nations? This is get better though. Okay. Uncontrolled self-replicating weapons such as nanotechnology, viral or bacteriological organisms on human devices and destructive computer viruses. These weapons can lie dormant for millennia, waiting for a careless visitor to carry them on to another world. That's less concerning than... I guess, okay, no. It's less of a threat because it's not as easily available, but like, that's a pretty big threat. Large energy burst weapons such as nuclear antimatter warheads. Alien species deliberately introduced to crowd out native forms necessary for the health of the ecosystem. Ecological tampering can take years to bear fruit, making it difficult to prove. Guess, yeah, these are threats. This is based on, like, threat to peace, not, like, danger presenting to the galaxy. Because I feel like one of these things is just a natural occurring thing that can cause problems for peace. And the other one is, if we did it bad enough, we could just fuck everything. Everything. Forever. Which I believe is, if I understand correctly, that's part of the plot of this game. I've heard a lot of things like compare themselves to Mass Effect and compare things to the Mass Effect.
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
Don't want to spoil myself too much, but something this old and this prevalent in, you know, media. Not necessarily media, but, you know, storytelling. Treaty of Pharaxon. Pharaxon? Due to the destructive potential of dreadnoughts, the Council races agreed with the Pharaxon Naval Conference to fix a ratio of dreadnought construction between themselves. Top of the pyramid is a peacekeeping Turian fleet. Below the Turians are the other Council races currently at the Asari and Solarians. Council associate races are at the bottom. Just Alliance is part of this last group. Ratio of Turian to Council associate dreadnoughts is 5-3-1. For every dreadnought humans are permitted to build, the Asari have 3 and the Turian have 5. That could be a very good reason. Okay, yeah, I can see why they would expedite humans being put into the council, or, you know, being like, maybe not given an embassy, but, you know, added to the council and being given things. I'm not sure how much, you know, because if humans already have things that are like dreadnought level, making them a part of the thing, going, oh, hey, actually, you're not allowed to have that many, it's probably a really good way to, you know, keep things in control. You know them humans. They love their guns, guns, guns. Let's see your Fallon.
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
No.
I came on my own. I need information.
You humans are always so curious, always sticking your fingers into someone else's pie. Is that the right expression? Never mind. Forget I asked. Was there something you needed, Commander?
I mean, he's got the expression.
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
The Council treats us like second-class citizens. We have to fight for everything we get.
Good. then fight for it. But don't expect the rest of us to just sit back and let you take it. I'm a busy man, Commander. Are we done here?
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the Council.
What do you have against the Spectres?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law. Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
The option where I kind of agree with him.
Sometimes you have to bend the law to keep people safe.
I've been with CSEC for 30 years. I've never had to break the law to do my job, not once.
Yeah, right. You expect us to believe none of your officers are corrupt?
There are over 200,000 CSEC agents. Some of them are going to be bad. But we don't turn a blind eye to corruption like the Spectres do. We do our best to find and punish any officer who breaks the law. Spectres. They'll never come under that kind of scrutiny.
If I want to pursue this conversation further, there's only one option
The galaxy needs people like that. People who do the dirty jobs.
I agree. But they need to be held to a higher standard. They need to be accountable. Saren's out of control. We both know that. But because he's a Spectre, the Council doesn't want to do anything about it. Is that the kind of person this galaxy needs?
But not all Spectres are like Saren.
True. But the potential is always there.
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between the two.
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
It's not perfect, but kind of like him. Volunteer police service entering the Citadel Council, 200,000 constables. Provide pirate suppression, customs enforcement, and research and rescue throughout the Citadel cluster. Enforcement on uniformed officers patrol the Citadel and respond to emergency investigation detectives who puzzle out the truth. Customs screens 1,000 passengers and cargo containers network, deals with cyber crimes like identity and copyright theft. I mean, I guess, okay, yeah. Hacking and viral attacks and illegal artificial intelligence. I was going through my head that, like, copyright theft is a term that feels like it should be maybe extremely human, but, you know, space people are still, I don't know. Aliens, I do. Hacking and viral attacks, legal artificial intelligence. Do appreciate the effort when making all these aliens quite unique. So there's a hostage situation, bombed to heavily armed criminals, and the event. The attackers board the Citadel. They're also throwing line of defense, armed patrol, legal arm. They're really seen in the Citadel, or do they stand in one place for long? During CSEC's prestigious application must be sponsored by the Citadel Counselor or the Ambassador of the Post to cancel race. Generally, applicants have many years of senior service in the military or police forces of their nation, but an inexperienced applicant with demonstrable talent will be fairly considered. CSEC inspectors are often at odds. Many CSEC members, notably current Executive Venari Palin, believe that allowing sectors to be above the law is a dangerous practice. The actions of Saren and Tyrus lend credence to this position. Sectors in turn are aggravated when CSEC's dedication to procedure and due process handles their investigations. But what if it turns out the whole time that Saren was doing the right thing? Let's do a little bit of theft here, okay? Don't mind me. Diplomatic advisory warning. Following message was transmitted from an untraceable account to multiple recipients across the extranet. The monitoring situation is warranted. My fellow biotic, you have been selected to receive this transmission because of our shared plight. If you understand us, if you tolerate us, we must stand together. We must build our own new world. Come join us. Hawking Etic Luster. Only as one body can we right the wrongs done to our kind. Biotic's getting lured into being kidnapped somewhere. Find the commune. Could actually just be a commune straight up. Could be. You always gotta be worried about these things.
Never reveal her secrets. Of course she would. She'd be tossed out the nearest airlock if she did.
I suppose. Besides, Nick, the consort's nothing like the girls back on the colonies. she's...
You don't have to do it with her. You can just talk to her if you want.
Is that all you did, Jazz? Just talk?
I didn't say that.
Ha! I bet you did too.
Shut up, Fredericks.
What do you want? Oh, Commander.
What do you want?
Is there something I can do for you?
Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Right.
How do you know it's
what
not
can I do for
an
you,
inspection?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Damn.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid.
Okay, so it is a
Have fun.
bridge situation.
Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is.
Some more talking
Commander,
to him?
good to see you again.
No. One moment. Bartender, what do we got going on here?
Can I get you something?
Does everyone know I'm a commander around here?
You know who I am?
Your arrival created a bigger than average stir among the diplomats and hangers-on around here. There's always something new happening around here. I could fill you in on some points of interest if you'd like.
What's going on around here?
Well, you found the embassies, not much going on here. Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shaira's. If you haven't heard of her, you soon will. If you need supplies, you can try the market.
So that's the proper name of the
entertainment, I try
consort.
Flux or Cora's Den.
To the market's one level below. Flux or Chorus?
What is Shaira's?
The consort, she entertains clients who can afford her services. Most of the diplomats and ambassadors have visited her at one time or another. She's a very powerful woman, but also very respected.
Tell me about Flux and Cora's Den.
Well, Flux has gambling and dancing, certainly more lively than this place. Cora's Den, on the other hand, well, let's just say it's livelier and deadlier, all at the same time.
Interesting.
Goodbye.
So long, Commander. Have a pleasant day.
Sana.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
Why do I already know your name? Why is Saphira still Saphira, but you're in Asana?
Talk now. I'm very busy.
You've been encountering these very locked in insectoid people. I can't interact with any of them. Oh, Made a new save. Well, I have to Eden Prime. Can I like name these, or is it just like save 1 through 4? Through 1 through X, I should say. It's not like obviously gonna be 1 through 4, but and the plot wants me to go to the destination. Plot wants me to go to Seasick. What am I? Go to the tower on Presidium. It wants me to go to the tower. I don't want to go to the tower. Tower is the objective. The elevator. Built tower and wards, the embassies. Signal rapid transit. Neat. Financial district. That statue has caught my eye.
That's nothing. I've had my office rearranged 5 times now.
5 times? Why? What do they want?
How should I know? It's not like Keepers offer an explanation for what they're doing.
And yet, everyone just lets them go on doing whatever it is they do.
What choice do we have? If you try to stop them, they just shut down and another one replaces it.
Just strange that we know so little about them.
Not to mention frustrating.
Are these the Keepers? No. Keepers, they sound extra robotic. Like actual proper robot. Those are Keepers? Oh, okay. So the reason why I can't talk to them is because hey, Abby, you know what's up over here? What's the deal?
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 3. Here in the financial district, a number of businesses offer various goods and services to their exclusive clientele. The statue you see
She's got
before
dialogue.
you
Oh.
was commissioned to honor the Krogan soldiers who gave their lives to protect Citadel space during the Rachni Wars. In the aftermath of the Krogan rebellions, several embassies petitioned to have the statue removed. However, this motion was eventually quashed by the Council.
Good on the Council for that one.
Tell me more about the Krogan rebellions.
In recognition of their efforts during the Rachni Wars, the Krogan were granted several new colony worlds by the Council. Over the next 400 years, the Krogan species began to expand. Blessed with an extremely high birth rate, their numbers began to swell. Faced with a critical overpopulation crisis, the Krogan started a violent colonization of nearby worlds inhabited by other Council species. The Krogan rebellions had begun. For a full century, the Council and its member species fought to bring the Krogan under control. With the aid of the newly discovered Turian Empire, they were ultimately successful.
You needed the Krogan to stop the Rachni, then you needed the Turians to stop the Krogan. So who's gonna stop the Turians?
I am sorry, but that question is beyond my programming parameters. The Turians are members of the Citadel Council. They are not a threat to galactic peace.
Why did the Council fight so hard to keep the statue?
The Krogan were instrumental in saving the galaxy from the Rachni threat. The Council believed this historical fact should not be forgotten. The Council also hoped that preserving the memorial would improve diplomatic relations with the Krogan and bring about a peaceful resolution to the rebellions. Unfortunately, the Krogan refused to negotiate and only surrendered after their population and homeworlds had been ravaged by the Turians.
Oh, wow. Where's my option? I'm just gonna stop exploring some of these options because, wow. I mean, okay, hearing this, you know, without, there's some things that I know that I shouldn't know yet. Maybe the response is not that bad.
Sounds like they got what they deserved.
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
Thank you, Zero. I have a vague idea, which could be wrong. Because again, like, I haven't looked for spoilers, but some of them have come to me over the years. Of what happened to the Krogans.
What were the Rachni Wars?
Nearly 2,200 years ago, explorers seeking to expand Citadel space opened up mass relays leading to systems controlled by the Rachni. A highly intelligent and aggressive insect race, the Rachni unleashed a war of conquest against the rest of the galaxy that lasted for nearly 3 centuries. The emergence of the Krogan finally turned the tide in favor of the Citadel species. Krogan forces provided the numbers necessary to halt the Rachni advance and drive them back.
Bugs.
The Krogan then pursued their retreating fleets. Able to survive the harsh environments of the Rachni homeworlds, the Krogan hunted their enemy to extinction.
That's a little extreme. Okay, that's where I draw the line.
Was it really necessary to wipe them out?
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
Shepard is just not learning that
That's all for
that
now.
Avina
Thank
has
you for using
no
Avina.
input
Have a
on.
pleasant day.
I mean, eventually I'm gonna push for like some kind of value judgment, and there might be a programmed one. You know. Maybe some wiki author put in a shit post. Or a really questionable take. Quick and Krogan expanded expense of their neighbors, warlords leveraged their veteran soldiers, seized living space while the council races were still grateful. More such as the Krogan conquered world after world, there were always just one more needed. And there's always just one more needed when the council finally demanded withdrawal from the sorry colony of Lucia. Krogan overlords stormed off the citadel, daring the council to take their worlds back. But the council had taken precautions. The finest history operators and sorry huntresses had been drafted into a forward observation force. The office detectives opened the war with crippling strategic strikes. When plants went dark as computer viruses flooded the extranet, sabotaged antimatter refineries, disappeared in blue wind annihilation, headquarters stations only delayed the inevitable. War would have been lost enough for the first contact with the Turians, who responded to Krogan threats with a prompt declaration of war. On the far side of Krogan space from the Council, Turians advanced rapidly and lightly defended Krogan rear areas. Krogan responded by dropping space stations and asteroids on Turian colonies. Ooh. The worlds are rendered completely uninhabitable. This is precisely the wrong approach to take with the Turians. Each is first and foremost a public servant willing to risk his life to protect his comrades rather than increase the public war weariness. The Krogan tactics to Turian resolve. Did many worlds from the warlords and marauding fleets, but it took development of the genophage bioweapon to end the war. There were decades of unrest afterwards. Rogue warlords and pulled out groups of insurgents refused to surrender or disappeared in the frontier. Citizens become pirates. The genophage bioweapon.
Though now extinct, the Rachni once threatened every species in Citadel space. Over 2,000 years ago, explorers foolishly opened a mass relay to a previously unknown system and encountered something never seen before or since, a species of spacefaring insects guided by a hive mind intelligence. Unfortunately, the Rachni were not peaceful, and the galaxy was plunged into a series of conflicts known as the Rachni Wars. Attempts to negotiate were futile, as it was impossible to make contact with the Hive Queens that guided the race from beneath the surface of their toxic home world. The emergence of the Krogan ended the Rachni Wars. Bred to survive the harshest environments, the Krogan were able to strike at the Queens in their lairs and reclaim conquered Council worlds. But when Krogan fleets pressed them back to their homeworld, the Rachni refused to surrender, and the Krogan eradicated them from the galaxy.
We haven't really done much, but we've done a lot of exploring and reading and learning, I guess. But in terms of actual content and doing things, not much has been done today. But I do need to head off, I think, about now. Unfortunately. So, yeah. That's gonna be it for me for today, I think. Thanks for watching, hanging out. I hope you had a good time. Good day, good night, whichever to see you. Bye for now. Game is very interesting. It's gonna be a very slow progress, I think. Let's see. Bye.